Okay, I'm not sure how well this is going to work, but I wanted to just live explore Mario things. And specifically, I wanted to explore an issue that I see regarding the transition from early Mario games to later Mario games. So, for example, let's look for what is it? Super Mario Brothers could be a good first example. It's going to be impossible with anyway. So yes, sort of. What kind of images do I want? Wow, what the hell is happening? Okay. There is something in the Mario games that happens. I'm trying to, in a sense, I'm trying to locate it live. At some point, the clouds have eyes. You know, the mountains have eyes. So clearly in Super Mario Land 1, it doesn't seem as if the clouds have eyes. It doesn't seem as if the mountains have eyes. Let's make this a bit more specific. It doesn't seem like it. I had a memory that it was. So, what about Super Mario Bros. 3? Right? Here it starts happening. Why are things being opened in new... Anyway, sorry. Clouds have eyes. There are your classic sort of mountains with eyes. Okay, that's all great. And so the thing is, at some point then in Mario games, clouds have eyes, mountains have eyes. Not just this, but I know that Super Mario Bros. 3 has a sun enemy, right? An angry sun guy. And it attacks you and so on. So the sun has eyes. The sun has some sort of a personality. Okay. So when does this happen? Let's assume it is Super Mario Bros. 3. Of course, you know, if I go to Super Mario, I know I've done this other times. Super Mario Timeline. Well, actually, okay. Maybe this is good enough. I did. List of video games featuring Mario. Yes, my favorite Wikipedia page. So we have, of course, yes, Donkey Kong, and then the one where they're in the drains, and a bunch of assorted things like this. So we've got, at some point, Super Mario Brothers appears. Okay. Super Mario Brothers 2, I'm not counting at the moment. Super Mario Brothers 3, because, you know, it's interesting in its own right, but the fact that it's based on a game, on another game, makes me not want to count it at the moment. Super Mario Brothers 3, and okay, yes, Super Mario Land. So that's interesting to me. That's sort of what I wanted to see. Super Mario Land is very close. It's literally it's the same year, basically. It's crazy. In fact, I may be wrong, but I have a feeling that the story behind this is that while Super Mario Bros. 3 was being developed, the Mario franchise was handed over to a different team led by Hiroshi Yamauchi, who I think is the creator of the Game Boy, if I'm not mistaken. No. Oh, of course, I'm confusing him with Gunpei Yokoi. Okay, doesn't matter. So, just get back on track. Oh yeah, Yokoi. Okay, so Yokoi was involved. Yes, yes, yes. Gunpei Yokoi was leading, I imagine, Super Mario Land. Yeah, produced by Gunpei Yokoi. So there's some sort of thing there. I imagine, let's just check actually. Okay, so it's hard to tell exactly, but I suppose basically 1988 development for Super Mario Land begins. So it must have been almost simultaneous with Super Mario Brothers 3. The thing then is, if Super Mario Brothers 3 is the point at which the mountains have eyes, Super Mario Land appears. Okay, let's just have a look at other things. And then, of course, Super Mario World, like literally the next year. So I've said in other times how there seems to be a transition then from games that have Mario as the protagonist, like Donkey Kong, original game, Mario Brothers. It's Mario and Luigi, but it's people, right? So people are the main focus. Play as Mario, or Donkey Kong is, defeat Donkey Kong. So the title is telling you who are you fighting against or who are you playing as, and it's focusing on the characters. And then at some point, Super Mario Brothers, right? Super Mario Brothers, so it's still people, but they have a super quality. They have like a sort of magical quality starts to appear. And as this magical quality appears, it feels to me that the game itself, eyes appear on the mountains, eyes appear on the clouds, and then we get to Super Mario Land, Super Mario World, where the title is directly referencing the place where you are. You're in the Super Mario world, right? So it suddenly the focus is we're in this world. This is the world we're in, right? Or this is the land we're in. Look at this incredible land that we're in. Is there a map? I mean, whatever, right? But yeah, so the map becomes a big, important place. You have this wide view of oh, we're in this great place. Obviously, Super Mario Brothers 3 already has this, but so that's another thing. I've been trying to introduce is the idea that Super Mario Brothers 3 has the map appearing, then Super Mario World. Okay, let's not get bogged down in the details.